The courtroom falls silent as the bailiff calls, "All rise." Judge Bundy enters, calm, composed, ready to deliver justice. Before her stands a grandmother, determined and grieving. Miss Berkeley, still mourning her daughter's passing, steps forward to fight for what she believes is right: custody of her granddaughter and back child support from her former son-in-law. The tension is thick. Everyone can feel it.
Judge Bundy Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1011, Berkeley versus Alberts.
Thank you. Okay, you all may be seated. Okay, Miss or Mrs.?
Ms.
Miss Berkeley, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Your Honor, I'm here to get custody of my grandchild and also to make my or soon-to-be ex-son-in-law, to pay the child support. My daughter was diagnosed with lymphoma, and Your Honor, it was a long and difficult process, as you can imagine, and he wasn't up for it, and he left. And so I went and helped my daughter and helped my granddaughter through this process. And they had been legally separated. He was paying child support, but when my daughter did pay—
With a trembling voice, Miss Berkeley tells her story. Her daughter fought lymphoma, a battle that took everything. During that time, she says, Alex, her ex-son-in-law, walked away. She claims he stopped paying child support after her daughter's death, leaving the family without help. Her plea is simple: justice for her granddaughter. But her words carry a deeper pain, the pain of loss, disappointment, and a sense of betrayal.
Pass away, I checked into the account. I had access to her financial business, and I checked the account, and he was not putting the payment in there. So I am looking for the back payments that are due, and I am looking to get custody of my granddaughter.
Okay, so let me just make sure I'm clear. Your daughter is deceased now.
Yes, ma'am.
And my condolences.
Thank you.
You're pretty much trying to step into the shoes of your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I understand.
I think it would be far more appropriate for me to be raising the daughter than for him.
Okay, why do you believe it would be more appropriate?
Judge Bundy listens carefully, her tone steady but compassionate. She clarifies the situation. The daughter has passed, and the grandmother now seeks to step into her shoes. The judge's empathy is evident, but so is her precision. Why do you believe it's more appropriate for you to raise the child? She asks. Miss Berkeley doesn't hesitate. She says Alex's lifestyle just isn't fit for parenting. And the courtroom braces for what's next.
He has a lifestyle that I don't necessarily think is best for raising children.
Okay, well, I guess I'll get that from him. Mr. Alberts?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on?
Some of those details are correct.
Which ones are not correct?
The fact that I bailed on my wife, our marriage was over a long time before that diagnosis, and we mutually agreed that I would pay child support, that I would support her financially, and I did until she died. And now there's no one to pay child support to, and I don't know why she's dragging me in here, trying to take my kids away from me, talking about my lifestyle, saying I didn't love my wife.
Alex finally speaks. Calm at first, but visibly defensive. He insists he didn't bail on his wife. Their marriage was over long before the illness. He claims he supported her financially until the end. Now, he says, there's simply no one to pay child support to. His frustration spills over. I don't know why she's trying to take my kids away from me. The tension shifts from sorrow to confrontation.
What lifestyle is she talking about?
I don't know. Ask her, Your Honor. I really don't know.
What lifestyle?
Well, he spends a lot of times in bars.
Okay.
A lot of time in bars. He spends a lot of money on babysitting because he spends a lot of time in bars.
Okay. Going to the bar is legal.
True, but who's going to be there to help with homework? Who's going to be there to hear the sad story of how she was bullied in class that day? A babysitter? I don't think so.
So are you always at the bar?
The courtroom exchanges grow sharper. Miss Berkeley claims she knows what happens because she calls every night and the babysitter always answers. Alex pushes back. The judge steps in, her authority filling the room. You don't necessarily know whether he's there or not. Her words remind everyone, in court, proof matters more than feelings.
And leaving the baby with a babysitter?
No, Your Honor. Anytime
How would she know that?
Maybe because I call every night to say goodnight to my granddaughter,
Okay.
and it's the babysitter that picks up the phone.
Okay. So you don't necessarily know whether he's there or not, right?
Well, why would there be a babysitter there if he's there?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying, you don't necessarily know if he's present or not. You just know that the babysitter picks up, right?
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
technically, yes.
Okay, well then technically you don't really know what he's doing unless you are actually at the bar with him or you have someone spying on him, which is completely wrong. But that really has nothing to do with why we're here today. His child support should have stopped because there is no one to pay the child.
Judge Bundy breaks it down. Legally, there's no one for Alex to pay child support to. His daughter now lives with him, the surviving parent. The grandmother's heart sinks as the judge explains, you can't step into your daughter's shoes. It's not coldness, it's the law. And sometimes, the law feels harsher than justice.
Child support too. Your granddaughter lived with your daughter, right? At
Yes.
the time of her death? Right. So you can't step into the shoes of your daughter. The
But-
only other living parent is dad.
True, but Dad was not around for the last 2 years. I was.
Right, but the child now has been living with dad since your daughter passed away, right?
Yes.
And when did your daughter pass away?
About a year ago.
Yeah, your rights are not superior over his in this particular case. There wouldn't be. There's no reason why he should be paying child support to you. You had access to the account that the money was going into because of your daughter. But now that she's deceased, there's no one to pay the child support to. So he should not be paying child support anymore. So he did the right thing. You just may not agree with it, but
I do not agree with it, Your Honor.
Still, the grandmother stands her ground. She insists she doesn't want the money for herself. She just wants to ensure her granddaughter's well-being. The judge listens but remains firm. You can't speculate, she says. You don't know what he is or isn't doing. The child is 6, imaginative, loving, and caught between two worlds of grief and custody.
why do you need the money?
I don't need the money. I need to make sure that my granddaughter is getting everything that she deserves.
But how would you know that if she lives with him? Now, if she lived with you, that would be valid. But if she lives with him, you can't necessarily speculate and say what he is or he isn't doing.
Well, I know what my granddaughter tells me.
Well, we're not going to go into that because children aren't very honest all the time. And how old is this child?
6.
Yeah, they have a very big imagination. So, I can't do anything about that. He should not be paying child support. And I'm assuming you cover the child on health insurance?
Yes, Your Honor.
The only thing I can order, pretty much is that he maintains that child support, the medical support on the child. But other than that, and that's through your employer,
Yes.
that's all that he can be ordered to do. I'm not going to make him pay child support for a child.
The judge draws the line. Alex will maintain medical support for his daughter, but there will be no more child support payments. The courtroom grows quiet. Miss Berkeley's last question, what if the child wants to live with me, lands heavy. But the judge reminds her, love alone doesn't equal legal rights. Only proof of neglect can reopen that door.
That belongs to him and that lives in his house.
Fine.
Okay. Is there anything further from you?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from you?
What if the child wants to come live with me?
Well, she's 6 and you're not her parent. So she does not get to make that call. Now, dad starts doing something, like if it's actually proven that he's being neglectful and going to bars or anything like that, and the child ends up living with you, then yeah, but you're not the parent. So unfortunately, I can't do anything about that.
Right.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. I just want to go over what you all witnessed in the case of Berkeley versus Albers. So in this particular case, the mom was the primary parent. She received child support from dad. Well, when mom passed away.
As the session closes, Judge Bundy explains the law for the record and for the viewers watching. When a custodial parent passes away, child support ends. The remaining parent, if fit, assumes both care and responsibility. The grandmother's love is undeniable, but the law sides with the father. The gavel drops. The decision stands.